What's up everybody, welcome back to another episode, and in today's episode we're going to be comparing your standard FL8 SE Vexilar compared to a Helix 5 HumminBird unit, so stay tuned. So before we dive into this video, drop it in the comments below what unit you prefer. If you really love just your standard Vexilar unit, or if you love a HumminBird unit. I'd love to see which unit you guys actually prefer. Alright guys, so first off I want to apologize on not being ahead on videos. I'm usually ahead. This last weekend I was actually going to go out ice fishing for a couple days and film 2-3 videos and get ahead on videos for weeks in advance so I could put out 2 videos a week. But I ended up coming down with the flu and I was sick all weekend with that, which really sucked. I had a lot of plans for fishing and it was very frustrating. But I'm over that, so hopefully this weekend I can hammer out some videos for you guys. But this video that we're going to be talking about, I've gotten some questions about it, so I definitely wanted to cover it. So without further ado, let's start off with the Vexilar FL8. Alright guys, so here I have my Vexilar FL8. If you followed me last year on the channel, I was using the Helix 5 SI with chirp that I had from HumminBird that I actually had on my boat mounted on the console. But I purchased the Helix 9 and ended up selling that, but I did use the Helix 5 for ice fishing last year. So I have a video on my channel that talks about how I set it up for ice fishing. So you guys can check that out if you want to see that. But I purchased this unit this year because I got rid of the Helix 5, and today like I said, we're just going to go through the good things about this unit, then we're going to go through the and kind of compare it to the Helix 5. So with this unit, what I love about it is it's simple, guys. It's super simple. It's one of these units where you literally can just flip it on, turn the sucker on, throw the transducer in the water, and you're fishing. You can see your jig. And you're good to go. It's super simple. There's not a lot of settings to play with on this. You can pretty much turn your gain up and whatnot from there. But if you've used one of these units, you know how they work. They're super simple, right? Next thing that I really love about these units is it's very real time. When you drop your jig down and you start jigging, when you see it jigging on this Vexilar, when you see your jig down there, that's very real time of when you're popping the jig, okay? There's not pretty much any lag with these units. What you're seeing your jig do is what's happening at that time. The next thing I really love about this unit is the battery length on this and duration, guys. You can run this thing for like 3 days straight, like all day long, without charging it. That's the really nice part about it. If you're out on a camping trip or whatnot, you can definitely run this and not have to worry about charging it every single night. So that's a big pro tip that I felt like sometimes you just forget about it. You know, you go home at night, you know, you got your sled, you're home, you want to get warm, you want to eat something, you kind of forget to go plug your unit in, and then the next day comes and you're like, oh shit, I forgot. So that's the nice part about this unit, is you can run it multiple days back to back to back and not worry about it. I really do like the case that it comes in. Super easy, super portable, and that's really nice. So guys, yeah, that pretty much wraps up this unit. I mean, it's super simple and they're really quality made. You hear nothing but good things about this product. So I highly suggest this product as well. But we're gonna get into the Helix 5. Guys, so the Helix 5, I don't have it here with me. I ended up selling it, but I can speak about it because I did run it all last year, and you can see in my videos that I ran it all last year. The Helix 5, if you are going to take that off of your boat and use it for ice fishing, it's kind of a pain in the ass to set up. You gotta, I guess the biggest pain is figuring out how you want to, like, a case for that unit, okay? Because if you didn't buy the ice fishing package, it doesn't come with a case, and you can purchase the HumminBird case, but it's like 200 and some bucks, I believe, which is kind of ridiculous. So you kind of gotta jimmy rig an idea in your head of how you want to rig a case for that. But once you figure that out, it's pretty simple. I would recommend buying the ice fishing package if that's the route that you want to go, if you want to use that unit for ice fishing. So the thing about the Helix 5 is that it's a great unit all around. You get the circular flasher, you get 2D sonar, which can actually go up to ×8 zoom on it, so you can see a lot more detail down there than you would on like a normal Vexilar. you're gonna be able to see like weed edges, and you're gonna be able to see the jig, and you're gonna be able to see what the fish are doing, and you can actually kind of look back on there and see what did you do to get that fish to bite. So it's a lot more detailed, and there's a lot more things that you can do with it. With the Helix 5 is there's a lot more settings to it. So with the Vexilar, you can't, you know, you're pretty limited on what you can do. I mean, it's a circular flasher, and that's what you're gonna get out of it. That's what it's built to do. But if you're looking at a Helix 5, there's a little more you can do with it. You can play with the settings a little more, get a little more detail, see a little bit more down there, and kind of go with the game plan from there. I would definitely say that if you're a more experienced fisherman and you want a little more out of your electronics, I would say Helix 5, Helix 7, they're definitely the route to go. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of compare the two a little bit and just go from there with it. Now the FL8, guys, like I said, it's very real time. Now the Helix 5, when you're looking at the circular flasher or the 2D sonar, there's gonna be a little bit of lag to it. It's not gonna be as real time. Like when you're jigging, what you see, it's not gonna be exactly like the Vexilar. The Vexilar is a little more real time. You're gonna be able to see what's going on right then and there. When you do use the Helix 5 and you're popping your jig, there's a little bit of lag on the screen. It's not a huge deal. It's just personal preference. I really like the fact that a Vexilar is super real time, but it's not gonna make or break it for you. The bottom line, guys, is it comes down to what are you looking for in a unit. The FL8 here, this thing is super simple. If you are new to ice fishing and you just want a good all-around sound unit, this is the way to go. It's super simple. It's not hard to use at all. The Helix 5, you're gonna have to play around with settings a little bit more. It's a little more complex of a system than your normal Vexilar. Sure, you can figure it out. I mean, you'll get the hang of it after, you know, looking up settings, what are the best settings to use and things like that. But the Helix 5 is a little more complex in that nature. The thing about the Helix 5 is I personally could only run one battery for one day off of the unit. Unlike the FL8, guys, you can literally use this for 3 days straight. With the Helix 5, you're gonna have to charge that battery every night or carry a spare with you at times. That's what I did. I carried a spare. It was just kind of annoying to have it in my backpack though, because it's a little extra weight. But you're just gonna have to make sure you charge that unit every single night. It's not gonna last as long as your normal Vexilar is going to. Okay, so that is basically it. That is the main differences between these units. Like I said, FL8, super simple. Helix 5 is gonna be a little more complex. You're gonna have to do a little bit more. But both of them, regardless, are great units. Your FL8 is definitely gonna be cheaper. It's gonna come in at like $270 to $300. The Helix 5, I believe, is like $400 to $500, if not $600, somewhere in there. I could be wrong, but it's definitely a little more pricey. But you get what you pay for, guys. I honestly love a dedicated Vexilar system like the FL8. That's just my way to go. I'm not needing the super detailed images and everything like that for ice fishing. But if you are a hardcore ice fisherman and you really want to get more out of a unit, I would suggest the Helix 5. But that's basically the main differences, is simplistic to being a little more complex. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and until next time, keep fishing hard.